Hello. So if I turn this off so no one phones me, you should be able to hear me, I hope. The only thing is, I've got to figure out to share this onto the other page. The other page. Shum-dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum. Share onto a group. That's it. Done. Wait. And share onto a page. Oh, why is that doing that? Shares onto page. No. Right. So if I get rid of the other one, get rid of it. I'm not even sure why I'm on it. Hello, Carol. How's it going? I'm cool. Well, I've got a toothache. Well, I haven't got a toothache. I've got the afterbirth, not the afterbirth, the aftermath of having a wisdom tooth extracted. And so the pain is half what it was, but I've got the pain of basically my mouth is like a building site. There's no scaffolding or anything, but it's I've been digging into it, and there's a lot of mouth trauma, gum trauma. I'm hoping that it's going to, over the next day or two, should be back to normal, I hope. Jules Lucielle Jenny says, hi. Oh, excuse me, bit of gas, that was nice. So I'm sharing this on my Facebook page. I'm also sharing it on the what's it page, the boring group. So I don't know. By the way, if you're interested, wax, lovely. If you want to, you can join my Facebook group, Jason Newland's Boring Group, and just go to the group, basically, and just ask to join. Molly is the boss, and she will study your profile and do, security checks. You have to go through a whole process. It's about a 6 or 7 months process, and there's the charge is £1,000 to start with, and then it's only $600 a month after that. But yeah, then you can join. I had 4 people listening. Now I've only got 2. I was only kidding. Did you have a general? No, I didn't have a general. I had they injected me about 5 times. Apparently the wisdom tooth is one of the hardest ones to remove. That's what they told me. And I could even feel it in my throat, in my neck. It's kind of really a lot of makes you woozy a few days after. Yeah, I can feel where they injected it into my gum, into like the side of my mouth, and yeah, it's all right. It's better than what it was, because the toothache was proper. Ooh, proper. Didn't enjoy it. I mean, no one enjoys toothache, but it was just, not in a good way. So other than that, really, I haven't. Carol says, how's it going? Hi, Carol. Oh no, let's go back to front on the screen. Okay, so who else is listening? So we've got Carol and Jules. Who else? 5 people. Hey, this isn't going to be a long recording. I know I normally say that, and it usually ends up being about 10 days long. But I'm still a bit, I've been taking quite a bit sensibly, but I've been taking painkillers every 4 hours, and they're not strong, but they're enough to generally make it okay. The problem is, I've got a broken toe at the moment. So when this reduces, my toe starts throbbing. it's like, and then if the toe stops throbbing, my lower back throbs because I've got arthritis in my lower back, because I'm actually really, really elderly now. I'm aging as we speak, as you can see. I did post a picture of myself yesterday, was it? The day before, me and Vinny. And someone put, oh, and it's good to be able to put a face to the voice. And I thought, oh. Jill says, my mum swears by cinnamon tea. Cinnamon tea. I can see that, because the cinnamon is kind of got that spice is kind of got an anesthetic-y thing, isn't it? It's what I'm thinking of. Wait a minute. Oh, is it clovers? Remember clovers that people put in apple pie? I know I'm really showing my age here, because I don't know if people do it anymore. But when I was a kid, my stepmom used to put clovers in apple pies to give it like extra taste. But then sometimes we'd end up getting it, and it would be like, not would choke on it, but now make her laugh. No, it'd be like, that'd be lucky. Oh, it's lucky. But that clover, I remember when the adults had toothache, and maybe they did it with us, is you put the clover on it, and it kind of, it's very anesthetic-y. Yeah? See? I wouldn't even know where to get a clover from. I know it's 4-leaf clover is supposed to be good luck. But that's a different kind of clover, isn't it? Because they're like little leaves. These clovers were twigs. Like a little... I'm sure if you like broke it or something, it's supposed to be good luck, or less chance of choking. I don't know. One of them. Oh. Vinny's on the floor chewing one of his bones. He's got a choice of about 6 down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Ow, my toe. So yeah, so my big toe's hurting as well. And let me just look at the one I'm not seeing is anyone on the... Mind you, if anyone says anything, I'm going to put a hi on the group and see whether or not it comes up on... Huh? What the hell happened there? Oh, anyway. Yeah, so you can get clove oil at the chemist. Someone did tell me that you can get... Vicky, hi Vicky. You can get toothing gel that little babies have, and that helps. I mean, I haven't got toothache. This is... a tooth's not there anymore, but it's... Although the tooth that is left that was next to it, it's very sensitive, but I think that might have just been because all the pressure was put on it. Perhaps. I hope, because I can't afford another £250 to have another tooth out. As it is, I had to borrow the money to start with. It's for that one. Oh. You know, I got there right. I originally got an appointment, so I phoned them up on a Thursday. The dentist. Couldn't find the NHS dentist anywhere. I called 111 and they said, well, we can't guarantee that anyone will see you. They're supposed to see you as an emergency, but can't guarantee it's NHS. okay, well, Jules, why are you saying sorry to my gums? And so I just phoned around because Thursday night I was up all night in just too much. It was just a bit too much, to be honest. And I kind of run out of ideas. So Friday morning, I phoned up first thing one of the ones that the 111 NHS line gave me to phone, and I did, and it was the same one that I'd already made an appointment with for Saturday. And I said, look, it's worse. Can you please get me in as an appointment, as an emergency? And they said, well, we can fit you in at 11 o'clock. So I got there, had to get a taxi because the buses weren't running. Well, there was no buses at that time. So I had to get a thing. There's a lot of people in there. And I went in there anyway. I got seen. They put the worst part of it, well, not the worst part, but the hard part was the X-ray, because they put this thing, it's like twice the size of my mouth, and I had to put it in my mouth and like try and hold down on it. And I was gagging and like, oh, it just wasn't nice because I can't open my mouth very wide. Usually. Very uncomfortable. But then they showed me on the thing where it was like, it's basically the tooth was decayed all the way into the gums, basically. It was they said they possibly could treat it with, what do they call it? You know, when they cut your gums open and stuff. I said, nah, you're right. And he laughed. I said, no. Because, you know, no thanks. I mean, if it was a case of saving all of my teeth and the only way they could do it is by me having an operation and stuff, I'd have to consider it because I don't want to lose all my teeth. But for the sake of one tooth, I wasn't going to get not too attached to it. I'm going to miss it, you know, birthdays, Christmas, but generally it's not that bothered. And then I had the X-ray. He said, okay, we need to do an extraction. I said, yeah, I know. That's why I'm here. I told you that. Oh, well, we have to check. Why? It's aching. Take it out. That's what I've come here for. There's no way, well, okay, I'm not an expert, but it's very unlikely I'd have been in that much pain if all it needed was a filling. I've had toothache before I had a filling. Have to go. Okay, Jules has to go. Bye. I'm gonna miss you. You know, he said to me next, said, okay, we'll have to book you in for an appointment. I said, no, this is the appointment. I've come here. This is an emergency appointment. It wasn't to just have a chat and have an X-ray. I need the treatment. It's like, oh, but yeah, there's not enough time. Diana says, I'm petrified of dentists. Yeah, they got a bad rap. To be fair, I've had quite a good, I say good, but you know, it's been all right. My experience with dentists, they've always been really nice, and that's my main thing. Is if they're nice and they know what they're doing, but they're nice, you know. And my last two dentists have been really nice to me. I like that. Very friendly, put me at ease. After the X-ray, everything else was a little bit easier, kind of. Although I was getting a little bit anxious, if I'm honest with you. But I managed to calm that down. But I said to look, if you don't take it out, I'm going to have to pull it out with pliers. I can't handle this anymore. This is too much. I said, I know how to control pain and everything like that. Much easier with someone else than with myself. But for some reason, this is just a little bit too much for me. And I guess my anxiety was making it worse, you know, like it would. And they said, no, we can't. We've got too many people. If someone cancels, maybe we can see you and take it out. I said, well, I can't. I'll wait I'll wait in here all day. I'll wait in your waiting room. Yeah, I'll wait in your. I couldn't think of the word. I'll wait in your waiting room. Sky says, I hate dentists too. Yeah, I've definitely found a topic we can all agree with here. We can all agree on dentists. Poo. Ooh. I don't dislike the dentists themselves. I don't like things in my mouth. Generally. I like food, and I definitely like chocolate, which is obvious because of having to have dental work. Chocolate has definitely been, that's been very friends with chocolate. Especially Cadbury Screw Mixes. The last few weeks I've been eating too many of them, and that's, I think, the price I pay. But days like, I said, look, I need it done. I'll wait all day if I have to. I can't come back on Tuesday or Wednesday. They said, make an appointment for Wednesday. And this was on Friday. Like, no, I can't. This is just too much. And they said, okay, wait a minute. He went out of the room, was gone for about 5 minutes, came back. And he said, my colleague will do it. So I went next door and he did it. And he was just as nice as the other bloke that I just saw. Rachel says, hi Jason, hi Rachel. Been a while, been a minute since I last spoke to you. Hope you're well. Been a minute, that's what they say in American dramas. Oh, the headache. So this isn't going to be a long one because I'm a little bit under the weather, a little bit. So they gave me a lot of anaesthetic. They had a lot of injections trying to kind of get it numb. I think it's because they need you to get it numb quick. Because I've been to dentists in the past where they've just done a filling or something and they've given me an injection and then I've waited in the waiting room for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But because they were in a hurry, they would give me lots of injections to get it as numb as quick as possible. So it was probably a little bit more. Rachel says, I'm okay, thanks, cool. And it was a little bit much, bit too quick, bit too much, I think. But anyway, they got it out in the end. It took a lot of work to get it out. Because it wasn't wobbly, it wasn't loose, or any other words that mean the same thing. Vicky says, if the dentist had just pulled it out without all the talking, it would have been quicker. Yeah, I agree. It would have just... But I don't know why. Rachel says, you had a tooth out. Yep, I did. My wisdom tooth. Just there. Yeah, and personally, I think the gum hurts more, like the side of my mouth hurts more than the actual where the wisdom tooth was, because of the way they were injecting. They were injecting in that area, and it's just, I've even got a weird taste still from the anaesthetic, but that'll be all right. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's just, I haven't really, so there's been a few things going on since the last couple of months. I mean, this isn't a Let Me Bore You to Sleep, so it's not really a podcast, but for those that are aware, my friend died at the end of November. So December, January, kind of been quite full on with dealing with that. funeral and all that stuff. Broke my toe 2 weeks ago. I kicked the wall. Can you believe it? I didn't, but not on purpose. I was having a dream, and I was being chased by something. I think it was an animal, and I think it was an animal. I don't know. But anyway, I was being chased, and I turned around and I thought, the velocity of them coming towards me, and then me kicking with all my might is going to damage them more than it damages me, because of them, you know, the speed of them coming towards me and everything. So that's what I did. But instead of kicking them in the face, which is what I did in my dream, I kicked the wall. And I woke up, and there was a dent in the wall from where I'd kicked from my nail. And my my toe was completely, very, very broke. So it's still red and everything, but it was pretty much black. Part of it was black for a while. That's just over 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks ago. Maybe 3 weeks, blimey. It goes so quick, doesn't it? And now this is kind of a few things. I've got a friend. Oh my goodness. I've got a friend that's going through some stuff, like some pretty serious stuff at the moment, so that's been heavy. But yeah, I'm hoping to get back to a degree of normality now. Hope to get back to making the Let Me Bore You to Sleep recordings again. As soon as this thing is feeling better, I reckon I've got maybe another day or two and it should be fine. I'm hoping I'll wake up tomorrow and it's just a lot less, and then Tuesday even less, and then Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, you know, after a week it's completely back to normal. Because it was also like I had my mouth wide open and it was stretching my neck in a way that it doesn't normally get stretched. Thanks, Rachel. So it was putting a lot of pressure on the muscles of my neck, like I had my mouth wide open. Vicky says, how's Vinny without Logie? He's alright. He was a bit weird for the first week or so. He wasn't eating his food, not like properly, you know, because while Logie was here, I'd give Vinny his food, he'd eat it straight away so that Logie couldn't get to it. But now, after a week or so of being really keeping away from me, there was times when he was sitting, he was just like, didn't want to be near me. He'd be sitting near the window in the bedroom, which is unusual for him. After that, he got back to normal, and now he's eating food and everything's fine. Rachel said, I thought you'd moved to Thailand. No. Nope. I visited, but I've not moved. I'm still in England. The new land is in England. Yeah, Vinny's alright now, and Logie's happy. He's got a message from his new mummy, and he's very happy. He's got a big house, a big garden, his own bed if he wants it. He's doing really well. And he's with someone that he knows really well as well, because she is a close friend of my friend's. So he already knew her, and he's happy. So that's all we can really hope for, I think, is that he's happy. That's all anyone can hope for, isn't it, really? Vinny was, before they moved together, before they lived together, they got on really, really well. Once they lived together for 2 months, that excitement of being together had gone. They really weren't interested in each other at all. It's strange. And they got on, they had a couple of arguments, which was a bit scary. If they went near each other's stuff. And Vinny was the worst out of the two of them. He'd snap and growl and everything. And he never used to do that before. when Logie came upstairs, Logie could do anything he wanted, and Vinny would just let him. As soon as he moved in, and he was living here all the time, Logie had to put his foot down, like, no, that's mine. You're just a visitor. You don't really live here. He's my dad, not yours. Even though he keeps telling me I'm not his real dad. So, what some of the weird things is he's become more, he became more affectionate towards me though, Vinny did. Because Logie's very affectionate. He likes to just lay on me, cuddle. He'd do that all day long if he could. He loves cuddling. Vinny's not really a cuddler, but if he saw Logie trying to cuddle me, he'd try and get in the middle. Because he didn't like it. He didn't like me giving attention to someone else. So that's quite nice that to find out that he's got, I don't know, feelings for me, I guess. I don't know what they are. I really don't know, because he's a strange little monkey. But he seems to care. And it'll be 2 years at the end of this month. 2 years old. I've had him since he was 10 months. So, what is that? 1, 2, 3. 1 year and 3 months I'll have had him. And he still ignores everything I tell him to do. And I don't tell him to do much at all. Just slowly when we're walking, and to go slowly when we're crossing the road, and not to go in the road. He tries to run in the road all the time, even though he's on the lead. That's the only rule. The only real rule I have for him is to not run in the road. And he still hasn't taken it in after all this time. And the weird thing is, he's making some weird noises. My friend's really going through it. A cat got run over last week. It's like, and that's one of my worries about him, like that he's just going to run off in the road. And sometimes, even though he's on the lead, if I'm distracted by someone else, someone's like speaking to me, or I'm holding some rubbish or something like that, he'll just run, he'll dart off. And that just scares the hell out of me, because the idea of losing him is too much. Even though, I don't know. I think it'd be weird if I had a dog or a pet or an animal or a son, you know, who was really over affectionate, because I didn't have that with Andre and I didn't have it with Vinny. Andre, I gave him cuddles and stuff, and he loved me. I loved that little boy, my little ferret Andre. But he was his own man, you know. He did his own thing. He wasn't needy. Didn't need my attention. And Vinny's kind of the same as well, most of the time. Sometimes he really does need my attention. It's like me. But a lot of the time, he'll just do his own thing. He's happy to do that, and he wants my attention when he wants food, or he wants a treat, or he wants to go for a walk, and I wish I hadn't said that out loud, or whatever. But he definitely knows his own mind. He knows his own mind, he knows what he wants to do, and it's rarely the same thing as what I want to do. So, yeah. What else? Is there anyone else on here? Vicky, Jules, Emma, I'm trying to think what else is happening. Not really anything else happening, to be honest. Yeah, nothing else happening, just waiting for this. I mean, it's subsided enough for me to be able to make a recording, to make a video like this, even though it's not like a video of anything particular, just me blabbering on, you know. But that's it. I hope the sound is okay, and the picture is probably not too bright, but hey. The thing is, people will watch it anyway. People after I've done a recording. So I want to say hello to everyone. Diana says dogs are weirdly awesome pets. They are. They are. You know, I've lived in places. I've lived with a few dogs where the dogs were just living there, and I've moved in, and I'm the lodger, and the landlord has got a dog, you know, or a cat or something like that. But I never really felt any kind of closeness with any of the pets apart from one cat who took a shine to me. And I really took this cat. I'll tell you what, I can't remember her name, but I moved into this. It was my cousin's house, and she had about 3-4 cats, and I don't know why, but this one cat really took to me, like proper. Vicky says the picture and sound is good. Thank you. Yay! I'm getting excited. Oh yeah, this cat. And I was at quite a difficult moment in my life at that time. And I remember I was laying down on the bed on my front, and the cat was walking up and down my back. And it was almost like the cat was healing me. Absolutely amazing. It's just, oh. And the purring, like, purr. It's like, oh, this is really nice. So, I do get cats to a degree. I don't have a cat. I've never had really. I had a cat when I was little. There was like we had a cat in the house, and unfortunately, called Tigger. But unfortunately, it got run over. This is when I was about 8 years old, and after that, I've lived in 1, 2. Probably 2 places that had cats, because most of the places I lived in has been renting a room. I've had a few places where the landlord or landlady is living in the place as well, but usually it's just been a room in a house that's multiple occupancy or whatever they call it. So there usually isn't pets. When I moved here, my friend Luke downstairs, the one that passed away recently, he had a ferret, or it was a I forget what he called it now, but it was a ferret. It was, God, what's the name? See, words have gone out of my head because I don't talk. It's good. I'm not talking so much to people, and my words are beginning to loop. See, Vinny. I wish he'd come up and let me hold him so you could see him, but if I go to pick him up, he'll hate it. He will run away from me. Seriously. At least with Andre, I could pick him up, like quickly grab him, and he'd let me pick him up. He didn't run away from me. But Vinny always runs away. He never lets me pick him up. The only way I can get him is if he's on the lead, or if I catch him off guard. And then he'll want to try and get down. So he doesn't like being picked up. So I can't really argue with that, can I? It's not fair to just pick him up for my own amusement. As far as dogs go, I've lived with... We had a dog when I was a kid. Later on in life, later on in my childhood, when I was about... Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian. Nice. Oh, yeah. It's had St. Bernard. Yeah, St. Bernard. When I was about 14, roughly. And it was huge, way too big. It's just huge. Huge. They need a country all to themselves. huge, bigger than me then, bigger than me now, to be honest. It was probably a good 17 stone, huge. Diana says Andre was super cute. Andre was super cute, I agree with you. He was so beautiful. That's why I chose him out of the two that I had. I had a choice of two different ones. Polecat, that's the word I was thinking of, polecat. Sebastian, hi Jason, hi. Yes, I just looked at his little face and his little, like a little mask on his eyes, and cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's still one of the happiest moments of my life, even to this day, because he hated me when I first got him. He kept biting me, like he really didn't like me at all. But I didn't give up, you know, I kept picking up anyway, even though he kept trying to bite me. I'd pick him up and, you know, I wouldn't leave him alone. And then one day, and this is after about 2 weeks, perhaps, I was sitting on a chair over there, probably watching boxing. I had my dressing gown on, and I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. I probably will tell it many, many times in the future. So I had my dressing gown on, and I was drinking a can of lager. Back in them days, I used to drink. So the can of lager was on the right side of me. It was on a little table, and I had my arm resting there, and Andre jumped up my leg, climbed all the way up. Bearing in mind he was still like that big, tiny little thing. Climbed up my sleeve of my dressing gown, a blue dressing gown. Went to sleep. I didn't know what he was doing up there, and he just literally climbed in and just went to sleep. That was it. And I'm totally true, this is. I was walking around all the time, like for the next 2-3 hours, walking around like that, trying to keep him like balanced in my sleeve, you know, like that, you know. Going to the toilet, going into the kitchen to get another beer. I was playing table tennis. It was very difficult, but I managed skydiving, and I didn't want him to leave. I was so happy that he'd chosen to do that of his own volition. I didn't, you know, he chose to do that. So he went from hating me to whatever that was. I didn't know what it was. But from then onwards, we were tight, very close. And he never tried to bite me again, never attacked me. Play fighted me, but it's like he just gave in. He said, okay, I suppose I'm stuck with you. And, you know, I think some people that don't know, what's up, Vinny? You're going to make some noises now. I tell you, I can grab him. If I take him to the door's closed. If I walk over to the door, I can pick him up. Shall I do that? Yeah? Okay, I'll do that. Then you can say hello to him. Right, wait a sec. Come on in. Come on in. Oh no, that was a trick, wasn't it? Hey, look. I tricked him. Look. He's tricked. He's not happy. It's not what he wanted. He's hiccuping. Do you want to say hello? Oh, blimey. Vinny, it's alright. Hey, it's okay. You're safe. He doesn't like being picked up. If he chooses to, it's different. If he climbs onto me, my voice is going now. If he climbs on, he's making some weird noises. If he climbs onto me, it's different. Like with a photograph I took the other day. Sebastian says, "Blimey, mate, how relaxing." Hi, Vinny, good dog. He is cute. Thanks, Rachel. Or, says Diana. That's great words. So look, there he is. Look, he's a good boy. It just he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, hello. He's giving me kisses. Give me kisses. Oh, I'm trying to hold him like that. He's okay. It just doesn't want to be on camera. I think he's camera shy. Are you camera shy? Are you camera shy? Let's see if I can put this down a little bit so it's a little bit more. Yes. Okay, mate. Good boy. But yeah, that's it really. I just thought I'd say hi. And hey, Vinny, says Diana. Say hello to Diana. Hello, Diana. Hello. But yeah, that was one of the nicest moments. Andre climbing up my sleeve like that. It's weird because it was like November 2015. You think about it, it's like, what, 30... That's over 8 years ago. Christine, oh, he's shy. He is, Christine, he's very shy, look. He's a shy girl. Are you shy? Are you shy? Oh. I'm not shy. I'm manly. Are you manly? Oh, that's nice. Oh. Vicky says, love his ears, so cute. Yeah, one ear's floppy, and he's got that thing. They do both stick up, and they both go floppy at times. But that's his general day-to-day thing. One sticks up and one's floppy. It's very cute. He's quite a nice colouring as well. To me, I just feel he looks like a fox. I think that's what I think. He's very much kind of, Dinah says, what a sweetie. Sebastian's laughing at you. Ah, there's a little rabbit there. Go and get the rabbit. Yeah, he is cute. I just think of him as Basil Brush. You know, Basil Brush. Like, boom, boom. He looks like Basil Brush to me. Maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, fox, basically. You little fox. He's foxy. You want to say hello to everyone? I want to say hello to Molly. What do you want to say hello to Molly for? I love Molly. She's my girlfriend. Vinny, you can't say that. It's true. Shush. Molly. Okay, is there anyone else you want to say hello to? Rebecca. Why? She's also my girlfriend. Everyone can't be your girlfriend. You can't. Rachel says, oh, he does, yeah. A man, he's tan, mate, original dashboard colour. Yeah, he is like a fox. How's the tooth? Boom, boom. Boy, how's my tooth? Boom. My tooth is... They didn't give it to me. For all the money they took, they should have given me the tooth engraved in gold, the amount they charged. Christopher, so Christine's there. Hi, Christine and Christopher, hello. He looks like my Barney, albeit a different coat. Yeah, I saw a dog earlier, today or yesterday or sometime. Very, very, very similar coat. Different type of dog, but very similar coat. I know you just said different coat, but... And it was almost like exactly the same colour, same kind of texture. I can't believe he's still sitting there. This is the longest he's ever sat in my arms when I'm making a recording. Is he falling asleep as well? Maybe he must be comfortable. Maybe it's the rocking. It's the rocking. Is that nice? It's nice to rock. It's nice to feel so cold and so relaxed. Vinny, my little baby, relaxed and calm. Yeah, that's it. He's falling asleep. I think he is, you know. I can't really see his eyes probably as well as you can. I think he's fallen asleep. Oh, nice and sleepy. Andre used to do that, and I'd kind of just stroke him. He'd be on his belly, on his back. He'd fall asleep, and then he'd wake up and he'd look at me like, "What the hell are you doing? Get off me!" And he'd jump off because he didn't know where he was. He does that a bit as well. Christine says, "Oh, no, you loved Logie, but it must be nice to. Oh, I can't see the rest of the message. To be a twosome again. Okay, yeah, it is. I mean, the problem with Logie, the only real problem, to be honest, everything else is positive, is to take him out for a walk. I needed to have a muzzle on him because he's not friendly with other dogs. Friendly with this one, and super friendly with humans. Like the friendliest dog you'll ever meet with humans. You know, you could leave a fresh born baby with Logie and know that the baby will be safe, because that's his thing. You know, like he will protect, especially kids and women. Didn't seem too bothered about men, but he had a real thing for women and children. Like he had a real protection, a protecting kind of nature towards small children and females. Don't know why the female thing rather than the male, considering all his owners have been men. But the taking him out and getting the muzzle, and then because there was such size differences between the two of them, it was quite hard, because one was really strong and there's him who is, you know, he's little, he doesn't take up a lot of energy to sort of a lot of strength or anything. But Logie was big, very, very strong dog. Strongest dog I've ever met, other than Misty, the St. Bernard, yeah, when I was a kid. And that was a strong dog. Diana says, wish my dog could sit in my lap. He's way too big. By the way, I'm sweating, but I can't. As soon as I take my hands off him, I know that he will be off. Guaranteed. As soon as I move anything. Oh, okay, maybe not. See, that didn't happen, did it? I thought he must be happy. He must be very relaxed. Maybe I'm just really boring. I always thought I was exciting, had an exciting voice, but maybe not. Diana says, wish my dog would sit on my lap, but he's way too big. Yeah. Logie was like that. He didn't know he was so big. I had my dinner and he just lay on my stomach like, no. I can't even have anyone laying on my stomach. I need to, you know, I'm just eating. He'd look at me like, why are you talking to me like I'm a human? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying. Just give me some food. Crystal says, so this is your new pet after Andre? He's not a pet, he's my little boy. He's my son. But yeah, I've had him since, I don't really think of him as new anymore. I've had him since December 2022. So I've had him about a year and 3 months. So he's not really, it feels like I've had him forever. Hello. Like, it seems like he's just been around for ages now, you know. Christina O'Donnell says he seems happy though. Yeah, he is. I mean, we sleep together. We're with each other most of the time. I mean, it's kind of silly, really, but it's most of the time we're with each other. When I go out, he goes out with me. When I go to bed, he'll come to bed with me. Unless he's busy, then he won't. You know, it depends. He's a happy little monkey. Sometimes. You want to get down? Are you okay? You can get down if you want. Of course you can. See, that was good. I mean, we had him there for how long? William says, Jason. Hi, William. William. It's weird to see so many names I've not seen for a while, like Christopher, William. Some names from Rachel that I've not really, that I haven't sort of seen about for a while. I don't know how many of you are on my Facebook group page, Facebook group. That's what I was trying to get to. Sebastian, he's a corgi. What, him? He's Jack Russell. Or are you talking about your one? Please accept my thank you. Christine says, please accept my thank you for getting through my making my sleepless early nights. Through my making my sleepless early hours. That's I'm happy to help. Chris says, oh wow, sorry being out of the loop. We have spoken. It's Chris from South End. Yeah, I know who you are. It's I guess because I haven't done much of these live things, haven't I, for quite a while. There was a little period when I did a few of them regularly a few years back, but this is, yeah, I haven't done any live. I did a live one a few months ago, I think, but it's not been a regular thing, and I can't really do a live Let Me Bore You to Sleep because it's interacting, so it's not necessarily useful for that, but it's definitely a way to sort of say hello to people and sort of catch up, and people can get to know each other a little bit as well. William says, been missing the lives, so I might not be in the group. Join the group. It's easy, just if you want to. It's called, what's it called, everyone? If anyone's got what I'll do, if I just click on air and then I'm going to add a link. Add a link. This is a link to the group. Yeah, this is a link to the group. I just added it there. So there's a link to the group. You can just add yourself if you want. Getting through my list. That's fine. Christian, I was reading it, but he was like wrestling me at the same time. Jason Newland has just posted a link for the Facebook group. Jason Newland Boring Group, yeah. So if anyone wants to join, there's only 149 members. But it's really just for people who are just, I don't know, it's more for people that really like what I do, and yeah, more of it's not just for the casual, it's for people that are kind of really like what I do, I guess. Christopher says, I remember when you were in Cornwall doing a live stream. I remember that, blimey. That was 2022, wasn't it? Or 2020, 2000. and 21. 2021. Yeah, it was 2021, because literally Andre had passed away about a month before, and I went to Cornwall with a friend just to get away. She said, "Oh, do you want to come with us? We're going on holiday." I said, "Okay." I was not good company at all, but I made a few recordings and I did do a live stream. I think I did it with a background of like all the trees. It was really quite nice day. I remember that. Sebastian says it is more of a relaxation session than a bore you to sleep. However, it might just get me. Yes, Cornwall in Thailand, Vicky. Oh, I did a live one from Thailand, did I? I don't remember that. Blimey. Maybe I do. I think what it is like, I know there's only 11 people watching in that, and maybe it's an ego thing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But it's kind of like, well, I do an ad hoc one because I know people listen to it or they'll watch it afterwards. So there's a few people who watch it. But if I was to if I was to organise it and like give people a week's notice, and only a few people watched, I'd feel like, oh, okay. You know, I don't know, that makes sense to you. Love hearing, Christine says, love hearing about your life growing up. Very interesting. Love your humour. Thank you. Yeah, I did think about doing the live Let Me Bore You to Sleep, but I would be continuously speaking to people on here, like people that are making messages or leaving messages, because if you're leaving a comment, I don't want to ignore it. Do you know what I mean? You get me, innit? Swear down. Hey Vinny, what are you doing? Oh, he's playing with a ball. He found a ball in the hallway this morning, yeah, today. And he's taken a real shine to it. And then it ended up outside again. He left it in the hallway, and then it ended up outside, and he went and got it from outside. And this time he brought it in, and he's just been playing with it. So it's like a little soft foamy thing. And he likes it. Now he's laying on his back like he's sunbathing. It's the littlest things that make him happy, I think. He just, you know, I think he's happy. I don't know. I hope he is. He seems to be. He seems to be happy. Something that he has done lately is, well, today actually, because normally he avoids all ponds, like puddles. But because of the excess rain, the park has been getting flooded, like the pathway and the grass has been flooded. So there's basically, I don't know, a few inches of water. It goes up to about his knees. And he was going in there and just pottering around in the water. It's like, oh, he normally doesn't like to get his feet wet. But for some reason he liked that. So I was chucking bits of food in for basically like for a duck, really. Not bread. He's doing some weird things. He's a strange person. Christopher says, how you doing with regards to your bipolar? I'm diagnosed with bipolar, started a new med, all good so far. I don't know really. Christine says you're a very considerate person. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, Christine. Bipolar, I don't know really. It's just a continuous thing, really. It's just, I don't know. But life is difficult, regardless, isn't it? It's a very complicated thing, especially like grief and bereavement and all that stuff. It's just, I think the aging process, I find I'm not necessarily enjoying it as much as I thought I would. You know, I mean, this part of me feels grateful, you know, I'm 53. I got to 53. When I was in my 20s, I didn't believe I would. So, you know, I've got to an age, I don't think physically I'm too bad, you know, and I don't physically feel great at the moment. Broken toe, broken mouth. But, I mean, in some ways, the bipolar feels like a lifestyle in some ways. Yeah, Vicky, take one day at a time. Yeah, that's it, really. I agree. I take medication. I know that I have to try to, what I know about myself is I have to avoid stressful situations if I can. I know it's not always avoidable. But, you know, try to give myself space not to take on too much when it comes to other people's problems, which I don't always listen to my own advice on that one. Krista says, yeah, it's a continuous thing. It's tiring keeping up with the ups and downs. Yeah, I suppose I've been dealing with this since I was a kid. It's the mood swings and the mood disorder. It's not a new thing. I've got itchy bum. Ooh, that felt nice. It's not maybe the extremes got worse as I got older. But when I was a kid, I was very, very moody. Like, just without knowing, without having a reason for it. Became very, like, wanted to be on my own, or needed to be on my own. Couldn't stand being around people. And then all I wanted to do was be around people. And this was at school, like in junior school, when I was sort of 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, all the way through high school. I always felt there was something wrong with me, but at the same time, because I've always been like that, I just like, well, this is how I am. Maybe I'm just an alien, you know, waiting for the spaceship to come and collect me. Krista says, yeah, the anxiety can be bad. I try to avoid stressful situations. See, for me, I never really knew what anxiety was. I did, but I didn't. It wasn't really until I used to get anxious and I used to get stressed, but I was able to manage it. It didn't seem to affect me. I know it did, but, you know, because I got ill physically when I was about 24, and they said, stress. I couldn't understand it. How can stress cause me to have such a physical illness for such a long time? 10 months of being ill. And they said it was stress, because they couldn't find anything wrong with me physically. Put me on antidepressants. All the symptoms cleared up. It's like, what? Sebastian says, nope, still not bored. It's not a boring recording. This is me being interesting. Hey, you don't realise that my Let Me Bore You to Sleep was just a joke title, and it was me being as interesting as I possibly could, and then realising that I really am boring. It's just, Yeah, the only reason I started doing the Let Me Bore You to Sleep was because somebody, because I used to do JasonChats vlogs years and years ago, like 2000, and I started doing call them JasonChats about 2010. So it tells you know how far back that was. And someone said, you know, I listen to your JasonChats and I just fall asleep listening. And they weren't supposed to be sleep recordings. And I thought, oh, okay, let's give that a go. And 6 years later, here we are. Not here, because this isn't a Let Me Bore You to Sleep. This is, I don't know, just a chat, innit? Just a chat. I guess this is a Jason Chats. Anxiety, yeah. So going back to Challenge, Sebastian said I started listening 2009. Yeah, wow. It's weird, isn't it? And you think about it, how long I've been doing this. Because, you know, when I do a recording, maybe someone's listening for the first time and they say, I've been doing this since 2006. They probably think I'm lying. Like, how can I have been doing this for 18 years, over 18 years, and like making podcasts and videos and stuff like that? I mean, I was doing this before YouTube even kind of really became well known, and my videos were on MySpace to start with. Christopher says, yeah, 2009 for me too, before the ASMR boom. Yeah. I was kind of, I don't know what I was just doing something. Yeah, I was around for quite a while. You know, I was only 36 years old. No, 35 years old when I started doing recordings, like audio and video. 35 years old, January 2006, and now I'm 53. Weird, isn't it? It's like, wow. And I do have thousands of recordings. Nothing to show for it, but I've got the recordings, I guess. Yeah. But anxiety, I didn't get any anxiety. It didn't register the anxiety until I had my first full-blown panic attack, and that was in 2002, November. And that's when I'm like, oh, it's almost like something broke and I couldn't ignore it anymore. And so, yeah, it was weird. You know, I got diagnosed with depression, recurrent depression, anxiety, stress, so many different things around those kind of labels, until eventually my doctor in 2011 said to me, she looked at my notes, she said, so you've been on medication since, on and off, since 1995? I said, yeah. And it's now 2011. I said, yeah. And this was like November 2011. So she said, okay, well, here's some antidepressants. And she did, she gave me that. But then she said, I'm going to refer you to the mental health team to a psychiatrist to evaluate you, to see what's going on. Because she looked at my history, asked me a few questions and stuff about my past, family and all that stuff, as well as my history and stuff that I've done, you know, and sent me to psychiatric evaluation, and that was in December. And yeah, diagnosed with bipolar. I was put on medication and didn't like it, so I basically just ignored the diagnosis. So this is the end of 2011. Not a good idea. Ignored it. I remembered it, but I kind of thought, no, I'll just carry on anyway, because I was so short of money. I needed to work and I didn't know what to do, so I just thought, let's got to keep going. Can't tell anyone that I've got bipolar because no one's going to give me a job, so I just kept it quiet. That's what I was thinking at the time. Got a job in a call centre in the December 2012, I think it was. And by 2013, August, I was back on the antidepressants. Because I was really went down. And then, yeah, it kind of got worse from there. And that's when I went back to the psychiatrist and re-evaluated again and re-diagnosed again. This time, including personality disorder, emotionally unstable personality disorder, which they didn't even tell me. My social worker told me later on that they'd put that in the notes, so they just didn't tell me for some reason. I thought that I would be the one that needed to know that. So yeah, so I've been diagnosed with bipolar twice, bipolar affective disorder twice by 2 different psychiatrists, 2 different times. And as far as like, even if you just broke it down to a mood disorder, well, yeah, I've got a mood disorder. Always have done since I was a little kid. You know, I can turn up at a funeral, be in a good mood, turn up at a wedding and be seriously depressed just in the day, just for a few hours. And not because anything bad's happening or anything's good's happening. I can feel elated for no reason or feel completely devastated for no reason. So when something really bad happens, sometimes it doesn't affect me the way that perhaps it should. Sometimes it affects me on maybe a larger level than perhaps it should. You know, so it's just weird. Sebastian said, I used to get to sleep quickly before a night shift with those JasonChats videos. Oh, yep. And Christopher says, yeah, call centre work can cause even normal people to get mental health problems. Yeah, I think you're right. It's hard working in a call centre, regardless of what your job is. If you're dealing with phone calls from customers, whether you're in sales, whether you're in customer service, renewals, it doesn't matter what it is, IT, whatever, when you're dealing with other people, especially on the phone, so you've got no physical, you've got no visual cues of what's going on with the person. It's a real challenge. I was good at it, but it was a challenge. And when I was up, I was very successful. What's that say? When he was up, and when he was down, and when he was only halfway up, it was neither up nor down. That was old King Wenceslas and his merry men or something. When he was up, and when he was down, he was down. So that was kind of a little bit like my moods. Yeah. And that's this, I think. This has got to me a little bit, to be honest. Just a little bit. The last week or so, just... The day after I had it out, it's a Saturday, I was almost elated in the morning because it was gone. Like Saturday morning or Friday evening or whatever, you know, I was like, I sent a message to my friend who lent me money to pay for it, and because I didn't have any money to pay for it, so I was like, thank you so much for helping me, and I'll give you the money back, and £250. And I was just so grateful to have that thing out of my mouth. And it was almost like it wasn't hurting because I felt so positive. That might have been before the thingy wore off, you know, until I actually felt what it was really going to feel like for a couple of days. But compared to how it felt on Thursday, it's nothing. It's like, yeah, it's less than half, and it's not throbbing, it's just there, you know. The toothache I had was throbbing, and it was just like, oh. But the one that's left that was next to it, in fact, I'm thinking they might have took the wrong one out. It's very sensitive. If I do that, it really seems to be sensitive. If I hit it with a hammer, it really plays up. So I'm wondering if it's just the trauma of the gums and maybe the amount of pressure they were putting. They might have been leaning on it. I don't mean physically, like leaning with his elbow, but they might have been like to try and get the one tooth that was connected to the other tooth. And although it wasn't connected, it was next to it. And next, the other side of the tooth they took out was my gum, like the back of my mouth. There was no gap because of wisdom tooth. So they probably put quite a lot of pressure on that one tooth, and there's nothing on the other side. There's a gap there. Although it's like, I don't know what they call it, but it's not, it's like two teeth. It's not two teeth, one tooth, but it almost feels like two teeth together. I know what I mean when I say that. Vicky, your gum will be very bruised. Yeah, it is. It is. You know, even the injection is going to bruise a gum, isn't it? Just the injection alone, that's going to be enough to like cause. I mean, you think if you get an injection, you get a blood test or anything like that, an injection in your arm, you can end up with a bruise, can't you? Do you remember the GCB, BCG or whatever? I don't know what it's called. The jab that I got when I was about 14 in my shoulder. It was a right or left shoulder, and it was very painful, and it hurt for a few days afterwards because I know everyone was punching each other in the shoulder. That's kind of what I imagine has gone in my gum. It was a very painful injection, and into a much more sensitive area than my shoulder. I mean, there's a lot of nerves in there, I know, but in the mouth there's a lot more nerves, I'm guessing, into an area that's was already hurting. Right, I'm going to go because it's nearly time for me to go beddy boys. So this is a little bit longer than I thought it would be. How long have I been on there for? Anyone? According to this, no way. 1 hour and 17 minutes. Wow, I can't believe I've been here for so long. Genuinely didn't think that. Sebastian says dental services are so expensive. $250 quite kind of makes it less painful. $250 could kind of makes it less painful. How does $250 make it less painful? This was £250. That's a lot of money to me. That was it wasn't NHS. This was private. So I know some places would charge £400. So, but in the UK, but 250. Just me paying £250 did not make it less painful. It didn't. I mean, I would have paid if I had the money. I'd have paid 2,500 if I'd had the money to get it gone, because I just was needed to be done. But I needed to just start being a bit more gentler on my mouth, because then I can begin to enjoy having that thing gone, if you know what I mean. Christine says, hi Jason, thank you for helping me through the night. It's my pleasure, Christine. Rachel says, nice to see you, good night. See you, Rachel. And Christopher says, good night. So I'm going to go. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and thank you, or watching rather. Thank you to everyone who will watch after I've recorded it and finished it. I'll just leave it on here, and that's it. I'm going to go now. My website's offline at the moment, but we'll be back on when I get paid next week. Other than that, thank you very much. Vicky says, thanks for your recordings, and we all look forward to next week for the next one. Thank you. Christine says, kisses. Thank you. Diana, yes. And I better get on with my day. Okay, Diana. I forget, some of you are in other countries, aren't you? Where I am, it's 9:15 p.m. Sebastian says, thanks, Jason. I hope you feel well, better soon. Vicky, thank you. Vicky says, good night. So good night to everybody, and take care. And I'm going to go. So thanks to everyone. Thanks for all your comments, and give it a couple of days. I will be back making more recordings. Just, I need this. I don't think I'll be able to talk for an hour like this, but talking to you and having your messages, it's kind of a distraction. Yeah. And I didn't have to think about what to talk about. You kind of gave me cues, as it were. So, see you later. Bye. Bye.